Victor, Victor, Vic, sorry. Mitch noted how you guys started off so well pace-wise, but then it tapered off. What prevented you guys from keeping that pace up and just not sustaining that strong start?
I don't know. The explanation doesn't sound more complicated than this. I will have to watch the film again.
De'Aaron and Dylan had game efforts. How difficult was it seeing them obviously not being 100%?
Yeah, it pains me to see them in pain. I trust that they're going to be healthy soon and come back. But they should take care of their health. It's, of course, it's, I mean, as always, like we did in game one, we're going to have them back.
Gotten a lot of defensive attention your whole career, all year, but has it felt the last couple of games like it's harder to get space, like they're crowding you a little more and making it more difficult on you?
I feel like I have trouble making my teammates better right now. If that's what I should do better. My shooting splits aren't terrible. I need to be more of a team player.
Vic, there were a couple times tonight where Castle was fouled on a fast break and seemed like there was some frustration between him and Devin, maybe all of you guys. You know, you've obviously been in that situation when they're clawing at you and facing that physicality. What's that balance like? Being frustrated, but needing to kind of keep your composure?
Oh, no, there's no place for frustration. It's annoying, of course, but we're going to use that, you know, as energy.
Vic, their whole defense seems to be geared towards getting between the guards getting you the ball and you getting to the ball. You've always been able to, like, reach over people or dance around people or whatever. You always had some physical advantage. What do you think they're doing to limit that, and what do you think you need to find within you to...
I mean, they're being physical. The difference maybe with this team is their experience. They may be being more smart about it. But we just got to find the answers. We're going to watch film. We're going to figure it out.
Related to that, Vic, the first time that you guys are facing a deficit in these playoffs, curious to see if you're gunning for Sunday and a response here in Game 4.
Of course. I mean, it's my first playoffs. It's the first playoffs for many of us. Of course, there was going to be hard trials, you know. It's to be expected. But now we're going to see what we're made of.
Victor, a moment ago you said that you to your left, a moment ago you said that you felt you needed to be a better teammate. What do you mean by that exactly, and how can you be that?
Facilitate better, you know, rebound the ball better, get more, you know, like push their defense a little bit to further and see how much they're willing to help off of my teammates and feed them.
You know, throughout the season, your bench has been a huge boost for you guys, and now you're in a series where their bench has a big disparity. Is there anything you guys can do to address that?
I feel like each and every one of us got to be better. It's yeah, I think it's just as a team, as an organization, when there's a lot of new experiences, we're just gonna have to find the answers.
Victor, you spent your off-season challenging yourself in the way you train, and it seems like you're always doing everything you can to find harder challenges. So now that you're in this point of your career where you're facing probably the biggest challenge you faced in the NBA, how do you feel right now?
I feel good. My shape, I'm in good shape, you know. I don't have no red alert on my body, so it's good. Gotta sustain this shape.
Victor, il y avait une très grosse ambiance en début.
Mark, you guys have talked about and tried to lean into the concept of resilience since the very beginning. What were you witnessing inside of the team in the opening, quarter to be able to just hang in there through that punch and take it and move forward?
Yeah, it was a punch. Credit them; they were ready to play, and they got us early. Stops, transition, pressure. I just thought we showed great poise to understand the 48-minute nature of the game. It's a long game, obviously. Thought thought the bench right off the bat, Alex, Kaysen, Jay Will, Jared, those guys gave us a huge lift all night, obviously, but it started there, just getting that game into a manageable spot. But yeah, great poise by the team.
The night that it's that time of year. If you're not fearless, then you're probably going to lose and go home. But Jared's never played this late into the year. Where do you think his fearlessness, is coming from? And are you surprised by that at all?
Never surprised, definitely impressed. I don't know where it's coming from. It's a good question for him, but I do know that from the second he's gotten here, this is obviously a high-level team, that was the 1 seed and is now playing deep into the playoffs, and he hasn't flinched. He's jumped right on the train. It's been inside the team. He's a big-time teammate, big-time competitor, and he's got playoff confidence, obviously. And playoff confidence isn't, always being able to perform well or anything like that. It's being able to take your punches and keep throwing them, and he's certainly shown the capacity to do that.
Just a quick follow. As you've gotten to know him, I don't know if you would agree with these exact descriptors, but he seems very self-aware, very emotionally intelligent. As a coach, does that allow you to put him in spots relative to other guys? Like, is it easier to put him in certain spots, maybe more intense spots because of that?
Yeah, I think the awareness of the team, awareness of his role, awareness of his strengths, I think that's where some of the intelligence you're referring to shows up tangibly. And then the fearlessness that you mentioned in the first part of the question, those two things combined, it's like if he struggles in a portion of a game or even in a game itself, it gives you confidence that you can go back to him and he's going to be in character. And that's all you really want from anybody. No one's going to play perfect, but you just want them to play as consistently to who they are and consistently inside of the team as they can, and he certainly does.
Again, the Spurs started the game on a 15-0 run. They were up 19-4. But at the end of the half, they trail by 7. You're looking at Wemby, and the Spurs are plus 12 with him on the floor. He didn't play for 5.5 minutes. They were minus 19 without him on the floor. But to steer it back to Oklahoma City Thunder, because they won this game, there's so much talk, conversation, and honestly vitriol toward this team now, and a lot of it revolves around foul baiting. Not trying to totally ignore that or dismiss that, but where do you want to steer the conversation after this win specifically, DC?
For SGA in particular, or OKC or in general, right?
Yeah, SGA as the leader of the team.
Look, everybody can talk about his foul baiting, right? But why don't people talk more about his playmaking ability? He's giving you 12 assists. And he's doing it against double teams, hard gaps. He has an intention on him throughout the entire series or throughout the entire playoffs. And he makes it a service on his end to get others involved, right? If he doesn't get 12 assists, who knows where this team would be, right? But his ability to get into the paint when he's getting double teamed and kick out to his teammates is the reason why Jared McCain is getting going. Kaysen Waller, Jalen Williams. Now the defense opens up a little bit, and now he can go get his 25-plus points. But that's what a superstar is supposed to do, right? Make it easier for your teammates.
What about you, Rob?
I think we also forget about OKC being a great defensive team. When you look at teams that have won championships, they have good defensive teams. You think about Chet, one of the defensive players, was up there for defensive player, even though he didn't get it because Wemby got unanimous. But him, Lou Dort, and Shea, and they have the ability to stay in front of their players. And when you have that, that makes it easier for the defense. Think about it. If I can contain you, now I don't have to help. Now I'm contesting the shot. Now you're taking a bad shot. You think about Wemby. Wemby in that first game, we saw what he was able to do. But the coaching staff of OKC said, wait, this is not going to work. Let's change this up. Let's get Alex Caruso off of Wemby. Let's put a bigger body. It doesn't, a lot of people who don't watch basketball, well, what's the difference in that? Size matters.
Yep.
Size matters. And I think OKC is one of those teams, they know how to body. We see how physical is this game. And when you look at these two teams, you look down the roster, the only person that really is menacing is maybe Lou Dort. He's the one that looks like a linebacker. But everybody else is these guys that are physical, they're active, and, they play with a lot of heart. And when you play with a lot of heart, you're going to have the fouls like that and things of this nature. But I really like OKC's defense and their tenacity.
There was that Spurs Thunder intensity, the rivalry that has brewed throughout this year, regular season, and now in the postseason. We saw moments of that here in Game 3 as well. What we're seeing right now is Mark Daigneault, head coach of the Thunder, stepping to the podium. So let's get you there. A little sizzle reel from Game 3 down in San Antonio. The Thunder win 123-108 and take a 2-1 series lead. All time, best-of-7 series tied 1-1. The winner of Game 3 has gone on to win the series 78% of the time. We'll see if Victor Wembanyama has anything to say about that. He's got plenty to say right now because he's at the podium.